everyone and welcome to the Anime Daily, and thank you for joining me as we take a look over the cast of the Railgun spin-off series to the A Certain Magical Index franchise. Now, we're just going to do this and see how good the characters of this spin-off show actually are. Ranking them from the best to not so good, are they? Now then, before I start, I have already done my top 10 Railgun characters, but I feel like now that I've seen a bit more of the third season and I've learned a bit more about each individual character while looking at different kind of aspects and different kind of medias they kind of relate themselves into, I think it's a good idea to look back and see just what characters were featured in the Railgun franchise and then put them into their respective categories. So here we have the best, really good, average, tell me more. Now this is a category that I felt like I needed to implement because as of recording this video, I still have not seen every episode of Railgun T. So after looking at what characters appear in the last kind of stretches of Railgun T, there are some really interesting and looking characters. So I will give you my first impressions and my first thoughts about said characters and put them into that category right there. And lastly, we have the not so good category, which are just characters that just wasn't really that fun to watch or good to see on the screen in general. So without any further delays, let's take a look at the characters and place them based on my own opinion, as well as how I think they were showcased within the show. Let's go. Okay, right, so then first off we have Accelerator, which only really appeared in Season 1. Now, Accelerator was an antagonist in this part. He hasn't come back in to help out or to be this antagonistic hero or anti-hero, whatever phrase you want to call it. So I'm going to put him in really good. If this was just a list based on my personal opinions of Accelerator, he would be in the best. But because I also had to factor in what he did in Railgun, yeah, it's, you know, not great when you compare it to some of the other characters that are involved. Next up, we have this character, which you might forget. However, she was actually one of the level uppers that was with Saturn when they were testing out the level upper crystal type of situation. I'm going to put her in average. Probably end up at the bottom of average towards the end of the video, but she wasn't too bad. She didn't do anything to impress me. She didn't do anything to make me dislike her. Next up, we have one of the scientists that appeared, I think, in the second season. They just weren't good. They just didn't really do much. And I think they're all with, like, February and Johnny and everything else like that. So, we're just going to put them in not good. I don't really remember too much about them. And that's just a testament to how well the show showcased them off. Next up, we have Shogaho's assistant that we see in Railgun T. Now, as of what I've seen from this character, he seems pretty decent. He seems like a nice enough bloke. He probably does have a really good backstory that I've not yet got to. And that would probably mean I have to put him in Tell Me More. But I'm going to put him in average because of what I've seen from him. I think it's substantial enough to kind of grade and to kind of make an assumption of. As well as the fact is, I do like the English voice actor for this character. I think it fits him quite nicely. So then we'll move on to another character that I think is really good. And that is Wikowski. Now you're probably thinking, oh my god, I put Wikowski above Accelerator. Again, I have to reiterate. Probably going to sound like a broken record here, but Accelerator was an antagonist at the start. Didn't have much screen time. So in the realms of Railgun, he was good, really good, but there were characters that outclassed him in terms of just the Railgun franchise, in my personal opinion. Next up, we have a character from Big Spider, or Skill Out, it's one of those. And yeah, not good, just didn't really care about that kind of story plot thread. It was a nice sort of story thread to help develop, Mitori? But apart from that, yeah. This guy, I'm going to put him in average, because he was quite respectable. He was looking after the era children. And you know what, I can respect that, so I'm going to give him at least an average kind of grading. Dolly. I'm going to put Dolly in really good. The reason being is Dolly, for me, was a character that I've only seen a little bit of, but what I saw of it in episode, I think it was 10 or 11, my latest review basically, it was really sad and really sweet and wholesome at the same time, and I just loved the interactions between her and Shogaho when they were a lot younger. So yeah, putting Dolly in really good. Next up, we have, what's her name? One of the Era children that Haruwe was trying to save. Yeah, February? No, not February. February's the February's the cute one here. Next up, we have Mr. Level 5 himself, and you know what? As soon as he burst out on screen, I liked this character. I thought it was great, full of energy, very lively, very explosive, and made a strong statement as soon as he came out. Not going to put him in the best or in really good just yet, because again, I feel like we're going to have some more from him when he teams up with Toma to take down this level 6 Musica in Railgun T. So I'm really looking forward to that, so probably will jump up to really good if I was to hold off doing this list a bit later. But at the moment, he's average because he had a really great introduction, and I'm excited to see more. Next up, we have our first entry in the best, and that is Saturn herself. I love this character. She's just so sweet, so wholesome, and just so much fun to watch on screen. Next up, we have another one of the best characters, and that is Shogaho herself. I like Shogaho's character. She's great. She's fantastic. Okay, and another one in the best. We have Makoto Musica. Can't say no more. Musica is the star of the Railgun series. It's what's based around her. And yet, she's just fantastic in this. A lot of emotion, a lot of great action, a lot of great dialogue, brilliant voice acting, and just a fantastic character design all around. Plus, I love her personality as well, when she's not being the antagonist and it gets a bit more slice of life. Her personality is just fantastic. Next up, we have this character, and I'm putting him in really good for one particular reason. I hate this character. This character is a literal scumbag, and yet we're meant to hate him. So the fact that we're meant to hate him, I'm putting him in really good because he does his job fantastically. He's a character we're not meant to like, so I don't like him. Therefore, I've got to say he's a really good character because of the way they portrayed him and showed him off and kind of present him as this despicable scumbag antagonist that you just want to see punched in the face. And can you imagine if Accelerator found out that this guy was trying to take down one of the Musica clones? This guy would not be alive at this moment in time. That would be a massacre. Next off, I think is Mitori. I think that's her name. Probably got that wrong, but again, she's another character that I really like the design of, I like the voice acting of. She has a really unique and cool ability, and I think she can display something really good in the future. So yeah, I saw her fight with Kuroko, which was quite fun. I know it's a little bit before what I'm actually on at the moment in terms of where I'm at in Railgun T, so I've seen a little few clips of stuff that happens in later episodes, but yeah, I think she's great. Not as good as Accelerator, but definitely better than that scumbag that we're meant to hate that I've just spoken about. Next up, we have Gensai Sekihara. Yeah. Again, much similar to this. Gensai Sekihara is meant to be an antagonist, someone we're not meant to like or get behind. And this guy gives me the creeps every time I see him on screen. That's why I really like him. He's such a great character at creating this kind of feeling of tension and animosity and dread in the air when you're watching it. I recently did my review about the Accelerator manga, and they dropped this guy's name in that manga, and after watching what happened in Railgun T the week before, I was like, oh, well that name has a lot of impact, and this series helps make that name have more impact with what he does throughout the entirety of Railgun, and being in the background, being in the shadow, orchestrating this whole ordeal. I like it. February is going to be in average. She's cute, she's adorable, and I thought her story was quite fun in season 2, so we're gonna put her in average. Frenda, I gotta put Frenda in the best. Just has to. I've already explained my reasons on my top 10 videos, but Frenda is one of my favourite characters to that entire franchise, and I want to see more, and I'm excited to find out that 2 of my favourite characters, both being Frenda and Saturn, are going to have a story arc together in the future episodes of Railgun T, so that I'm very much looking forward to seeing. Next up, we have another character that's not very good, because again, it was all to do with skill out, and it was more of a development phase for Kotori's character. So this character didn't really get a lot of time to shine or a lot of kind of build up with him. So that's why I'm putting him here. Haruwe, I'm going to put her in average. She was a character that, again, I didn't really enjoy too much. But she had a story, she had a focus, and she saw her focus through to the end and helped out when she was needed. So for that, I got to give her a bit of respect. So I'm putting her at the bottom, well, near the bottom of average. Next up, we have a first contender in Tell Me More. This character is the character we see in Shokuho's Click, but at the same time, I feel like we're going to see a lot more of her in the future. Because she has such a unique design. Her design is incredible, and I love every aspect of it. So this character has all the potential to be a really good character right at the top of that section, or one of the best characters within the franchise of Railgun, and I just want to see a lot more of it and learn a lot more of this character. Next up, we're looking at Johnny. Unfortunately, Johnny doesn't do as well as February in this format, because she was an damsel in distress that needed saving. She didn't get that development or that kind of show to screen time. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to say February is the better one out of the 2 twins. Yeah, I mean, she's not very good, so we're going to leave her there. This character is a character that appeared in season 1, and where I think she wanted to give everyone weird eyebrows. Yeah, it was to do with the level up type of thing, I think, again, or just not being noticed or something, but I really can't remember too much about her, so I'm putting her in not good. This character is a member of Item with Mugano, so again, she was interesting and fun, but I think more of a highlight and standouts probably occurs more in Index than Railgun, but I like the fact that she was there, and I've just forgotten a character. I just realised I forgot a character. Okay, I'll add her in at the end. Okay, yeah, so basically this character, I feel like, didn't have much showcase in Railgun, more so in Index, so average because I like her design. She looks a bit too much like a sister though, if I'm honest, but her ability is pretty cool. Next up, we have one of the antagonists at the end of, I think, season 2? Or 1? Season 2. And yeah, I like this character's passion, determination, and drive to save those kids. She did everything that she could in order to save them, and unfortunately she went a bit too much into the dark side of Academy City and just went off the rails. So I like her a lot, but unfortunately she just stays at average due to the passion, due to the commitment, due to the resolve and determination that she shows. I think she was good, just not really good. Next up, we have this character. She's one of Misaki Shokuho's Click members, I think. We don't really know too much about her. I don't really want to learn too much about her, so we're going to put her in that position right there. Next up, we got Congo. Now, Kongo is a character that over the course of Railgun, from start to where I'm at the moment in Railgun T, which is episode 12, I believe, Kongo is someone who continues to grow on me. She continues to earn my respect each episode she appears into. She started off as being really annoying and being really kind of frustrating to see on screen because I just did not like her character at all. And now, after all those episodes that I've seen her in and at present time of recording this video, I absolutely love this character. I find her character to be really fascinating. She has an okay design, not as good as all the other characters, but at the same time, her personality is a bit over the top. It's a bit exaggerated, but I have to applaud what she does and her actions because they're very commendable and respectable at the same time. And her ability is pretty cool. I like Arrow Hand, or like the air manipulation thing that she has going on with herself. So yeah, Congo, you can stay there. You're one of the best characters. Relatively towards the end of the best, I would imagine. So yeah, I'm gonna just move on to the next one. Konari. It's Konari, not Kotori. It's Konari. Sorry about that. Saying the names wrong. I've got it written down here, but yeah, I feel like that's a nice place to put her in. Konari, again, she had a small bit of development, but after that, she just kind of faded into the background and always acted as like this senior figure of judgment to Shirai and Kuihara, which is not really a bad thing, but at the same time, she just kind of gets lost in a shuffle of characters that are within Railgun. Next up, we have another character that I really love the design of and want to know more. I'm probably actually going to put her there because the first time I saw the image of this character / like a video screen of this character, I wanted to know more. I was interested and intrigued into this. I basically just looking at these characters, for these characters that appear in the Railgun, I typed in a certain scientific Railgun T character list. And this one came up with a very, very great design. And I was just like, tell me more. I want to know more. And I have to wait until like really late in Railgun T to find out who this character is. And I'm really excited and intrigued to find out. Next up, another one and tell me more, but more so because I know a bit about this character, but at the same time, the stuff I know from this character happens in Accelerator. And I don't really know where this character would fit in if they were in Railgun. I really don't. Maybe I seen him / her, I don't really know, the leader of this group with Musica. But again, I don't see the connection. So I'm intrigued to find out as to what the connection is between the two. But at the same time, it just left me wondering why. Next up, we got Musica's mom and I'm sorry, I'm gonna put her down there. I like Musica's mom, I think she has a nice design, but she just doesn't really do much. She ends up being a damsel in distress in season 3, and yeah, apart from that, she just likes to tease Musica about a boy, aka Homer, but don't know anything else apart from that. Mugano. I like Mugano. I think she's pretty cool. Don't like the fact she killed Frenda in Index 3, but this is about Railgun, so we don't need to include that in my opinions here. But at the same time, yeah, I thought her showcasing in Index was not the best, but not the worst by any stretch of the imagination. She didn't do anything to kind of downgrade herself, so to speak, but at the same time, she hasn't done anything in there to elevate herself to that next level to being really good. Average, I think, is a nice spot. She probably would kill me, though, if I put her in average and if she found out. I'm putting this character here simply because all I know about her is that she's a character in the late stages of Railgun T, so someone I haven't been introduced to yet, and has no name. Now, when a character has no name, it means they're irrelevant and they're not very important. They probably have a couple of lines of dialogue, and then that's it. So for me, I'm just going to put her in not good, because if she was interesting and we're going to learn more, then she would have a name. Having a name would then excite me to find out who she is and what her deal is, making me put her in Tell Me More. But I can't, because I'm not interested. Now this is a question to you as the viewer. Apparently this character is called the Old Ice Cream Man, and I have no idea who this is or where he appears from. I've looked it up and apparently he does appear in some episodes of Index and in the manga series, but I don't know what his role was or why he was there. If you know in the comment section down below, then please tell me where this character appeared and what he was actually doing. I mean, of course he's selling ice cream, but did he have any relevance to the plot? That's the only reason why I'm putting him here. If I wasn't going to ask you to let me know what relevance he had to the story, then of course I'll put him in not very good, probably towards the end, because the guys in Railgun look to be some of the worst characters within the series. You know, I mean, not all of them, like some of them are really good, but most of the guy characters fall short in this series. Just like this guy, another scientist. This one goes a little bit above the other one because he actually did something by getting inside a mecha, but yeah. I put Saturn in twice. Ah, fun times. Go on then, Saturn, you can go up there twice. That's just how wholesome you are. No, I better not. Again, similar situation to this other guy. This character here is also a character that helps out the era children, so I've got quite a bit of respect for her. Actually, you know what? I'm putting Hara away. Yeah, I'm putting those there. Yeah, I'm doing that. Shirai. She's got to be really good, isn't she? Shirai always makes me laugh. She always gives me a good giggle and a good comedic segment, with either with her perviness or just with her normal character in general when she's just being quite serious. And her backstory that we learn midway through, I think, season 2, where they're having an argument with Kuihara, and we learn about Shirai's backstory and why she joined Judgment and everything else like that. I thought that was a really nice addition to her character. It built her up a lot more. And this new season, with her kind of having a bit more of a showcase, a bit more of a shine in hunting down this character, makes her a bit more interesting, gets her involved in the story again, establish her as one of the main girls in the story. And yeah, I like it. She does some great fights, great scenes, and she's helped out a lot, which always improves the character. So Shirai, you've been pretty good. Well, very good, I should say. I put Mitsuki Shokuho again twice. Wow, she must be controlling me, telling me to put her in twice. The sisters. Yeah. Yeah. I like the sisters, but mostly from a comedic aspect. They don't really do much except being a damsel in distress for most of the time, which is really upsetting for me to say, because I do like the dynamic the sisters bring to the series and the involvement they have in terms of always being like the target of our antagonists, but at the same time they fall into that trope of being the ones that need saving, and I don't like it when characters get like that, so sucks to be them, I suppose. Takisubo is going in not good. At the very top though, because I don't really care much about Takisubo. I really don't. She has a unique ability, sure, but at the same time, yeah, nothing to excite me really. This character. Now, she's a character that might sound a little bit contradicting in what I'm about to say. It's a character we're meant to hate because she's an antagonist. And yes, I do really dislike her. I kind of despise her character. She was pretty cool in kind of being this introductory gate guardian to Misaka in terms of saying, oh, do you want to know about the underworld and the darkness of Academy City right now? Well, you're not ready for it, lady. And she has quite a good attitude and did kind of do much in the story. But apart from that, she's quite forgettable, if I'm honest. And I found myself, as the series went on, forgetting that she was actually a part of the show. So unfortunately, I've got to put her in average because she just didn't do that much to make me remember her all the time. Next up, we got the headmaster, and I'm putting her there. The reason being is I like the kind of dynamic they went with in that filler episode where they were trying to make her fall in love with this guy, and I thought that was pretty funny. I like the fact that they tried to kind of not humanize her as much, but you know, make her seem a bit kinder, a bit softer, a bit sweeter. But again, when she's quite angry, when she like grabs Kuroko by the head and just like slams her into the floor or the wall, it's so sudden and so abrupt that it does give me a bit of a laugh, and it does fill me up with a bit of dread when she's on screen, because I'm just like, oh my god, what is she going to do? So yeah, I mean, she's an average character. I like what she does, and a nice addition. A little bit of fresh air into the series of Railgun. Now Toma. Yeah, Toma's an odd one because it's not meant to be about Toma, and yet Toma saves them time and time again. Like with the shopping mall, he saved them with the bomb that exploded. He saves Misaka when she goes level 6 in Railgun T, having all the dragon heads come out, and I've seen that clip because how could I not be spoiled by that piece of amazing artwork and storytelling in the series. And honestly, it pains me to put him in really good because I love Toma's character. I think he's great. But at the same time, I can't put him in the best because I'm sat here thinking this isn't meant to be about him. So why does he have to save the day all the time? So it kind of frustrates me a little bit that Toma does have to save the day all the time in Railgun, especially in this part. But at the same time, I can't take away what he has done and what he has shown in the series thus far. It has been tremendous and phenomenal. The part where we saw the dragon heads come out of him was absolutely mind-blowing. I love that a lot. Kuihara. Yeah, I like Kuihara. She has some good development throughout the series. She contributes to the series more often than not. And I feel like she's very important and very vital to the team of Railgun. And I like the fact they have implemented her in that position and in that way. That makes me care about Kuihara a lot more than I initially would. So yeah, Kuihara, you're a really good character. Keep it up. Wanai. As much as I love to put... Yeah, stuff it. I'm putting Wanai in the best. You're probably thinking, I'm crazy, I'm crazy, I'm crazy. But yeah, I mean, I kind of am. Next up, we have this character right here. I'm putting her in Tell Me More because, shocking revelation, when I was making this video, I was searching desperately trying to find who this character actually was. It turns out she's a character that looks nothing like herself that we've seen from the Index series before. Yeah, it looks like this character up on screen. I'll put it on so you can compare the two images side by side if you did not know already. But this led me scratching my head a lot, so I want to know more. I want to know why this other character has kind of changed her look and turned into this person and how she did it. Magic, maybe? We'll have to wait and see. Yumikawa. Yeah, Yumikawa just... Yeah, she's a plot device. And then we've got this character right here, which I'm going to put in third place and Tell Me More, because she, I think, is a third most interesting character of the characters I do not know from this series. And I want to know more. I want to find out more about this character, so hopefully she doesn't appear too late. I think she's a sniper of some sort, which should be pretty fun. I like her design. Her outfit is really cool and unique as well. Looks more like an archer than a sniper, but I can see the resemblance to both kind of sports and obviously shooting. But yeah, so there you have it. Those are my thoughts on the main featured characters of the Railgun series. Now, if I missed any characters out, then of course you can let me know in the comment section down below. I did spend quite a bit of time researching and trying to find most of the characters that had like a plot thread or an episode dedicated to them. I may have missed a few. Apologies if I've missed one of your favourite characters. But with all that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and we'll have a discussion about it there and then. And of course, like the video if you did, subscribe if you're new for more content on a week in and week out basis, and of course, have a great day. Alligator, matane, goodbye.